Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. And in this video, we're going to talk about a book from my childhood. And is great for any kid who's really interested in art and gardens. So this is Lena in Monet's Garden by Christina. And it's very difficult to see, so I'm going to open up the book here. They use very scripty writing. Let me see if I can see. Bjork. And the drawings are by Lena Anderson. So this book, very pretty cover, is about a little girl who goes with her retired gardener of a neighbor and tours Monet's garden. And this little book kind of goes through this little girl's experience in Paris going to the garden where Monet did a lot of his paintings. So it's a little bit longer. I wouldn't recommend this for a bedtime book because it's a lot of text. I don't think I read through it because I was dyslexic and I think I just like the cover. But it tells the little girl's story of her going through the garden, talks a lot about the art and a lot of the paintings, which is the reason I said people who like art. This talks about Monet's life and a lot of his paintings. So it's a very cute book. I think it came with a doll, which might have been the other reason I was attracted to it. And then you see a lot of his art. So they're beautiful kind of illustrations here and reproductions of Monet's abstracts of various garden scenes. And then in the back here, you kind of have a little bit more information on Claude Monet, who was the abstracts. He did quite a the water lilies. That's what he's known for. I never took a class in art history. I do not know much about this myself. So, but again, it talks about, you can see in the back, it talks a lot about his life and his art and a lot of other things. So this is a great book if you are studying art history with your kids, if you're looking into gardening, or even if you're planning to travel to Paris and you want a book to kind of talk about this place. So it's a great children's book. It's a little long. That's very, very wordy. So it's definitely an academic book, I would say. I believe they cite sources at the end of this because, let's see. Yeah, they have a whole history here of different things and different museums and all sorts of stuff in the back here. But again, this is very, very wordy. And it's a great book. Again, if you're studying art and you're looking at gardening and your kids are really into that kind of thing, it follows this little girl through her kind of adventures through this garden with her neighbor. So this is a fantastic little book. Lots of information, packed full of information here on Monet and his garden and his artwork. And again, it's great if your kids are really interested in art and gardening and you guys are doing maybe a thing on Monet, on Paris, on gardens, and that's just kind of what your kids are interested in, or you want to introduce them to that. This book was published in '85. It's still in print, otherwise I wouldn't be doing a video on it. I did double check. I will link the book in the description below. But that's kind of what this book is about. It's a very cute story. I mean, it's a happy little girl who goes all the way to Paris with her neighbor, who was a former retired gardener, to explore Monet's garden. She loves gardening, and I believe it says her name is named after a flower. Not quite sure what that is. My daughter has a similar middle name, starts with an L. Again, another flower. It's a beautiful little book. I think I enjoyed looking at the pictures when I was a kid. I don't think I looked at it when I was older. It's a lot of block of text. So as a dyslexic, that was going to be a turnoff for me. So I never looked at it since, but I still enjoy the book. I definitely would read it to my kids, but again, this is not really a bedtime storybook. You would read it in pieces if you did, as well as a couple of a lot of information. So this is definitely something you would go through, particularly homeschoolers, if you're going through a unit on art history or gardening or various museums, or particularly if you were planning on seeing some of Monet's art or doing a section on art history. So that's what this book is great for. It's a fantastic little book, highly recommend. So again, Lena in Monet's Garden. I will link the link to the Amazon to buy this book in the description. You can probably find it at used bookstores as well. I have no idea how popular it was, but it had an anniversary edition, so I'm guessing it was decently popular. So, great book. And that is it for this short little review on this little book. So, thank you.